Welcome to the Rajendra Tandon videos. Today we take up a very touching chapter in the Valmiki Ramayana where Hanuman arrives at Kishkindha to brief Rama that he had found Sita living in captivity in Ashok Vatika in Lanka. Valmiki writes, while Angad and his companions began their journey towards Kishkindha, Rama's sorrow knew no bounds at not having got any information of Sita yet. Seeing Rama grieving thus, Sugriv said, "Dear brother, be patient. There is no doubt that my warriors have been able to trace Devi Sita. Otherwise, they would not have taken more time than they were assigned to accomplish the task. Grieve no more, my lord." Shortly, the Vanaras led by Angad and Hanuman approached Kishkindha and hurried to Ram to convey the fortunate flow of events. Bowing his head at Rama's feet, Hanuman told him that Devi Sita, living a chaste life, was alive and unharmed. This was a bit of exaggeration, but Sita was mentally tortured, physically also harmed. "I met her, my master," he said. This was a great declaration. Ram and Lakshmana were overjoyed to hear these words. Tears of joy adorned Rama's eyes. He took Hanuman into his arms as he thanked Sugriv for his help. The audience assembled at the scenic Parashravana mountain listened with rapt attention as Hanuman narrated the incidents in Lanka and his meeting with Sita. You see, all through mark literary qualities in the writing of Valmiki, the first poet in the world. Hanuman said, "Devi Sita is detained in the custody of fierce Rakshasis who threaten her all the time. She is deeply attached to Sri Ram and thinks of him at all times. Ravana has allowed her 2 months to surrender. At the moment, Vaidehi is physically unharmed, but at the end of those 2 months, Ravana has ordered the Rakshasis to kill her, cut into pieces." Rama was anxious to know more details and solicitously inquired about his beloved. He said, "Where has she been kept in captivity? Does she still love me? Tell me in detail all about Vaidehi." Thinking of Sita, Hanuman bowed towards south, paying obeisance to her. What a touching gesture. He narrated all the events in Sri Lanka in detail. Handing over the identification gem to Ram, Hanuman said, "Desirous of sighting Sita, I crossed the ocean, 100 yojanas wide. Situated in the south is Lanka, while Ravana rules. I had her darshan in the Pramadavan, where she was sitting surrounded by frightful Rakshasis." I have included some images from Mewar paintings to show this scene, where Sita is sitting in Ashok Vatika. "She is suffering," said Hanuman, "while she ought to be spending her time in your pleasant company." Romantic. "She has decided to end her life if you do not rescue her in 2 months. My lord, Sita thinks of you all the time. I found her with great effort. I gained her confidence by narrating the glorious tale of the Ikshvaku dynasty. She was happy to learn of your safety." The narrative is replete with civility, culture, consideration. "She continues to be chaste and has turned down all advances made by Ravana. To make sure that you believe me, she told me of the incident of a crow harassing her at Chitrakoot. Bhagwan, she handed me this gem as proof of her identity. She desired that I give this chudamani to you when my king Sugriv is nearby. There should be a witness. She sits imprisoned in Ravana's pleasure garden. Like a frightened doe, she casts glances of suspicion and doubts all around her. Raghava, I have narrated to you whatever had transpired. The time has come to cross the ocean with our entire might. Rama is moved to tears, says Valmiki. A weeping Rama embraced Hanuman, and Lakshmana also wept upon hearing of Sita's pain. Looking at Sita's hair ornament, Ram said to Sugriv, "Friend, my heart bleeds looking at this gem. At the time of our marriage, my father-in-law, the King Janaka, had gifted this piece to her. Its luster has been lost ever since it parted from Sita. This gem had come out of the ocean and was worshipped by the Devatas. Beholding it thus, I feel as if I am in Sita's presence." Addressing Lakshmana, Ram said, "Brother, nothing can be worse than my looking at this gem without its being worn by Sita. Hanuman, kindly repeat her words. They revive me like the drops of cold water sprinkled on my face. Show me the way to the land where my Sita sits in captivity." Hanuman then narrated to Ram how Sita had declined to sit on his back when he had offered to cross the ocean carrying her. He had offered her rescue. She refused. She said, "Mahakapi, of my own volition, I cannot come into contact with another male's body other than that of Sri Ram. This is against my dharma. I am helpless. When Ravan touched my limbs, it was my fate. Go where the two brothers are and tell them to release me from my predicament. Tell them how I am being terrorized all the time. I wish you a safe journey. Bon voyage." It will enhance Sri Rama's prestige if he comes to conquer Lanka and kills Ravana. He must not try to take me away stealthily as Ravan had done. We meet again. Thank you for viewing this video. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram.